hook from the crane. It fell into the water. That's really not what a bed warmer's for. Oh my God, that's blood! Lex! Lex! Oh no, Lex, wait! I've got to help him. The door's blocked. I can't get into the room this way. But wasn't there another door close to the mess hall? I think that I should take a look around. My God. Fresh blood. It must be from Lex. I have to find him before he bleeds to death. I'd better not walk through all that hot steam. But if I'm not mistaken, then this door leads to the same room that I could see from the other side of the ship, opposite the doctor's cabin. The pipe has been fixed in a hurry. Some steam is leaking through. A bit more heat on the soldering, and the steam would just gush out. This doesn't really look like a musket. The boat hook is too unwieldy to try and use it to damage the soldered area. Nothing to dig here. Using the boat hook and some force, I should be able to unhinge the door. Good, that worked. The room where Fiona was imprisoned. It really exists. What on earth is happening here? This is where Fiona escaped her prison. Now it's flooded with water. Where did all that blood come from? What kind of terrible things have happened down here? This will help Lex to get back on his feet. There's a hole in the speaking tube. It's glowing. If I want to use the smoldering coal, I better get a move on. Oh no. The coal and the shovel has cooled down already. Maybe I should store them somewhere that'll keep them hot for longer. They remind me of wine barrels, but there's definitely looks like there were lemons in this one. Ashes everywhere. Who would do such a horrible thing to a child? If I want to use the smoldering coal, I better get a move on. I'll put the coals in. The inscription on the crate is illegible. The bed warmer doesn't focus the heat into the soldered area well enough. I need something that's long and thin to focus the heat on just one spot. The ramrod from the musket is red hot. Now that it's stuck into the hot coal, it'll stay hot for quite a while. I could melt the solder joint with the hot ramrod, but it's too hot to hold. I can use the insulating material to hold the red-hot ramrod that's heating up in the bed warmer. It's working. Now the steam is coming out here instead of upstairs. Hey, Lex, it's me! Ah! Have you gone insane?
Oh, wait. It's you.
You're out of your mind.
Everything is blurry. I can hardly see anything. I feel weak. In pain. I could really do with some medicine right now.
I found some morphine. It should help a bit.
Ah, great. Hand it over. That stuff really helps.
Do you understand me again?
That seems to be the case, but please do me a favor and keep the volume down, will you?
Is that all your thick head can come up with after you shot at me?
Have I already said that I don't like your tone of voice?
Enough with the wisecracks. I need to tell you something.
Is that so?
Maybe it was just a dream. Or my imagination. I saw a girl. Fiona. She was on this ship, as a prisoner.
What the hell are you talking about?
It's as if I was on the ship in some other time. Perhaps it's still to happen. I don't know.
That does sound rather crazy.
Yeah, it was weird. I can't explain it.
Well, maybe I can.
What do you mean?
Before I lost my senses, I was able to decipher some of the logbook's content. The Portuguese part. And I found out something rather interesting. This ship transported not only normal freight, they've made some modifications and turned the hold into some kind of distillery.
Some kind of what?
You can produce alcohol with it. I've read something about ethanol, and I think that we're on board a smuggler ship.
Yes. My vision was about smugglers too.
Anna, what I mean by this is that there are probably lots of barrels down there that are filled to the brim with volatile liquid, and they are responsible for completely clouding your senses.
No. This vision felt completely real. I can hardly describe it. I've never experienced something like that.
I can't deny that this ship is creepy, but ghosts? I don't know.
How did you manage to get here in your condition? Why didn't you stay in the captain's cabin?
What? Oh, of course. I found a key, and since you were gone for so long, I started to worry about you. I wanted to see if you might need some help. When I came in here, I tripped. I must have lost consciousness for a bit. Anyway, when I woke up, I saw the wardrobe lying there, and I was too weak to move it.
I think that the girl is the key to what's happening here. I think that I need to help her. I think that if I don't, that something terrible is gonna happen to her.
Just listen to yourself. You're not making any sense.
I found her ashes down in the machine room in front of a huge oven. If only I knew who she is or what's happened to her.
Well, there's one thing I know for sure, and that is what will happen to us if we don't get a move on and get out of here. This ship, it's got eyes and ears. It's whispering, and it's going to be our grave.
What can we do?
If what I read is true, then we need to get off this cursed ship as fast as possible. If ethanol leaks from the hold, it might kill us and we won't even notice. Or the ethanol catches fire, which would get us just as killed. We need to get off this ship. But to do that, we first have to find out where the hell we are. It's time that we uncovered a couple of this ship's dark secrets, don't you think?
But how? What should we do?
You don't know much about navigation, but I do. You need to become my eyes, ears, and hands. See if you can fix the position and get us back on course. Before we leave the ship, it's essential that we know which direction to take. Otherwise, we'll be lost in open sea.
But I'm a reporter, not a sailor.
There's no better time to become one.
An eerie totem mask that's used in uncivilized ceremonies. An eerie totem mask that's used in uncivilized ceremonies. These trophies appear to originate from all the different places that the ship has docked at, and there's a little note attached to it. Something's written on it. It says, acquired at longitude 27.75, latitude 38.75. A nicely carpentered, solid wardrobe. The owner was obviously concerned that someone would open it. It's locked up with a combination lock that's completely rusted up. An eerie totem mask that's used in... Did the occupant of this cabin hunt down these animals? Here's a little note attached to it. Something's written on it. It says, shot at longitude 26, latitude 38. The guitar's been lying here for a while. The dampness has really damaged it. The door's still blocked. At least Lex is safe now. There's a picture of a key on it. There's a picture of a key on it.
Did you find out anything?
I need to go. I think that the ship is lit well enough now. Their owner had a wide range of interests. Fiction, flora, and fauna of the southern seas, music. I think that the ship is lit well enough now. It's filled with butterflies and other insects. An eerie totem mask that's used in uncivilized ceremonies. I've never seen butterflies like these before. They must come from far away. But where exactly? Here's a note attached. Something's written on it. It says, found at longitude 31, latitude 39. Rust and condensation everywhere. The glass is so scratched and dirty that I can't even look outside. Well, it's just some coordinates. Well, it's just some coordinates. The ship's map is complete. A stuffed lizard on a branch. A stuffed lizard on a branch. There's a picture of a key on it. A nicely carpentered, solid wardrobe. The owner was obviously concerned that someone would open it. It's locked up with a combination lock that's completely rusted up. The sheets may be old and musty, but the bed was made with care. They look like they're handmade. Playing children are depicted on it. These animals look like they come from remote, faraway lands. Maybe the occupant of this cabin was a hunter, and there's a little note attached. Something's written on it. It says, hunted at longitude 28.78, latitude 38.5. Well, it's just some coordinates. Well, it's just some coordinates. I think that I can use the cogwheel again. This is not what I've built it for. This is not what I've built it for. The clock should be complete again now. Let's see if I can wind it up. Now the clock is wound up. I can hear it tick. The figurine wears a captain's hat, so no doubt it's the captain. And it's got to signify something that he's emerging from the gates of hell. This figure could depict the captain. He looks authoritative. This figure could depict the captain. He looks authoritative. What's a piece of machinery like this doing on a sailing ship? Maybe there's something inside the map table where I can use the coordinates. Thieves are not welcome here. I need something to crack the lock.